So how do you actually stop procrastinating with ADHD? It says here I should break my tasks down, right? Use rewards, set a timer, or, just get started. Thanks. That'll definitely fix it. These strategies are everywhere now, and I hate it because they sound really helpful, but they don't actually do anything most of the time. So a lot of us start thinking, well, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe nothing works for me because I don't have the discipline. I don't have the willpower. I hear it all the time in my coaching, and it just breaks my heart because it's not true. I'll prove it to you in this video. I'll show you why most ADHD strategies are a complete scam, the real reasons they don't work for you, and how to find the strategies that do work. But first, let me ask you this. I know you've wondered a lot, how can I stop procrastinating? How do I make myself do the thing? But have you ever wondered, why am I procrastinating? Say you're supposed to go to the dentist and it's been a while, maybe you're even in pain and you just can't make yourself make that appointment. You're procrastinating. You look up these strategies to help and it says that you should break it down, set a timer, set a reward, whatever. But if you're afraid of the pain at the dentist, a timer won't help you get over that. If you're ashamed of how your teeth look, it won't give you any reassurance. And if you're stuck on what dentist to choose, how to deal with your insurance, what steps you have to take, a timer will only just add more of that pressure. So on the surface, maybe it looks like you're just procrastinating, so use a timer or whatever, but that's not the real problem here. It's just a symptom of the actual problem, which in this case is fear or shame or a lack of clarity about the tasks, and timers don't fix that. So a good ADHD strategy has to fit your actual problem or it won't work. And all of these just do this type of solutions that we read about all the time for procrastinating or getting stuck are basically setting you up to fail and feel bad about yourself. But then how do you know what the actual problem is? Most of the time, I see the same 4 problems get in your way again and again and again, and they make you feel stuck, they make you feel overwhelmed, like nothing works for you. So whenever a coachee comes with one of these things, we always check for these 4 problems first. Say there's this email you have to reply to, and it's super important, but you just can't make yourself do it. The first thing I'd ask you is, do you actually have the energy to deal with this now? Physically, are you too tired to write at the moment? Mentally, are you too brain fried or overwhelmed to decide what to say? Maybe right now, all you can play is your iPad game, because maybe you worked all day and also that's your birthright. But also emotionally, are you too overstimulated or drained to even deal with this topic? Because if you are, how are you supposed to do it? Zoom out and think about the last couple of days. Did you work too much? Deal with a lot of emotional stuff? Or not get enough rest? Because that all adds up. Sometimes, even if it's a super tiny task, like the email that you're writing is basically just a party invite, right? You still have to plan and make decisions in order to reply to that. So if you don't have the energy, it's basically impossible. If that's the real problem, you need to rest first. But sometimes, even if you are well rested, this next problem might still trip you up. Do you actually know what to do? With the email, you might have all the energy in the world to answer it, but when you sit down to actually do that, you might think, how do I even get to their house? Do I need to buy train tickets? Can I stay over? Can my partner come with me? What if they have plans? And now it's not just a reply anymore, it's a whole bunch of tasks and decisions that can easily become too overwhelming and something your brain does not want to deal with. So you procrastinate. That's what I call a lack of clarity. So if that's what's happening to you, you need to get the clarity first. But if everything is clear, you have the energy, what then? Well, then I'd ask, how does that make you feel? You're supposed to be the one sitting in the couch. If you can't do the task and it's not due to a lack of clarity, a lack of energy, it's oftentimes because that task somehow makes you feel bad or uncomfortable. Maybe you want to reply, but you're just thinking, oh no, I'm really bad at parties. And If I say no again, I'll feel guilty because I said no last time. What if there's no one there who I like? No one who will talk to me. You're having all these thoughts and really you can't reply, not because of the email in itself, but because of how it feels. Your brain wants to protect you from that feeling of discomfort by avoiding the whole thing entirely. That's what I call an emotional blockage. And it's okay, it's totally normal, but if you have one, you want to figure out what's actually bothering you, what is the blockage. Then you want to either work through it, like in therapy with a friend, journaling, or work around it. Finding some way to avoid that emotion and still do the thing. Like maybe you just write the email reply draft. Maybe you ask your friend to say no for you. Or you just don't reply, but it's on purpose, not out of guilt, because there is a huge difference. Either way, if you have an emotional blockage, you want to make it as safe and easy as possible to actually remove it and not just try your very hardest to push through. So most of the time, it's clarity, it's energy, it's emotional blockages. But we're surrounded by neurotypicals. We see how they do things, how easy it can be for them. And we are told directly or indirectly that we should just try harder, be more focused, have more willpower, more discipline. And so we absorb that. And I say no. I don't have the time to rest and recover my energy. I should just power through this. I should be able to figure this out by myself. I can't deal with my emotions right now because I just need to get this done. So here's what I always say to my coaches. That email is not just that email. That dentist visit is not just that dentist visit, and you know it. The thinking, the processing, the emotions, resting might take, let's say, 2 hours. And if you're following all of the neurotypical timelines and expectations, you'll never give yourself that kind of time, which might mean that you'll never be able to do it. 90% of the time, that's how we get stuck or paralyzed with ADHD. We refuse to give ourselves the grace to do things our way. So if you're ready to stop getting stuck and actually do all those tasks you've been avoiding, watch this video next for my step-by-step guide to doing things with ADHD. No forcing yourself, no neurotypical BS. And for the next 1 month, you can win a free 90-minute action session or lifetime access to my ADHD morning routine course by just filling out the 5-minute survey below